okay, I'm getting a clear message. It's very specific. So if it's not for you, that's totally okay. Or it could be for you, but it's you with yourself. But for most of you, it's about you with another person. And the first card that came out when I was shuffling the deck and asking Spirit, what are we reading on today? What needs to be discussed? The first card I got was support. And I took a long time looking at the card and feeling into the energies. And personally, I didn't want to go there. I just didn't want to go into that energy. You know, it seemed heavy, it seemed deep. And like a bad servant of Spirit, okay, and as a biased, subjective human, I put the card back in the deck and I was like, no, let's talk about something else. No, that doesn't work like that, okay? And I know that, but this is a difficult topic for some reason. So it may be difficult for you as well, or it's just heavy, you know? The energy's heavy. Now, I have a feeling we're going to lighten it up as we proceed through the reading. There's going to be some transmutation of these heavier energies that takes place. But we're starting off with some other cards that came out that are exactly the same message, just with different cards, and they're actually heavier than the support card. The cards that came out about this reading, what this reading's about for you, or whoever it's meant for, is attachment and grief. And I was like, damn, I should have taken the support card. It was easier to start with the support card, right, with you, than it is to get right into the meat of this energy. So this is a message for you. If you try to bypass some desire or need that you have for support at this time, it's only going to get heavier. So Spirit is here to support you, or maybe there's someone around you to support you, or you support yourself, okay? Because if you don't do that, it just gets more intense. So I asked Spirit, okay, who's grieving? What's the attachment? What's going on? What's collective's energy? And the card I got for you is the guide, inheritance and correction. So somebody around you is grieving and they have an attachment to grief. Now, again, remember, this could be you with yourself. So you take it how it resonates for you, how it's helpful for you. Okay. But I think for most of you, there's somebody around you that has placed you in a position of being the transmuter, the guide, the one who holds all the weight, the one who has all the answers, the one who is supposed to make someone feel better when they're in a place of lowliness and grief. Because then I asked, well, who is this person and what's their energy all about? And I got the assassin, ruthlessness and conviction. Okay, so the way that this person expresses or projects their attachment to grief is probably prickly. Doesn't feel so good. That's just my batteries there. Charging, recharging. And then, you know, this person may drain your energy because they're ruthless in their pursuit to clear their aura of grief and attachment vis-a-vis you. You know, it's not like they're trying to work through something themselves, or maybe they are, but they're having a hard time. It's like they come to you to be the guide. And that can be fine, right? But I don't like this energy of the assassin going to the guide, because it feels like if you don't guide them in the way that they feel better, or that speaks maybe to their ego, or the way that comforts them, validates them, then they are not too nice to deal with. Okay, it feels like this is someone who you may call out from time to time, and it's like they double down. They don't apologize, they don't realize their mistakes, they just get more angsty. Okay, this is someone who's having a hard time looking at what is making them so miserable or so reactive. They are attached to grief. Okay? And I don't think this person wants to be attached to grief, but they are. And you need to understand that, apparently, perhaps because you are taking on, internalizing some of the comments they have towards you, or their behaviors, or the ruthless way that they're vibing around you. I don't know. It's like almost you feel a responsibility to correct the energy. So this could be in a family dynamic, could be in a relationship, even a friendship. But this feels like a pattern that's been established over time between the two of you, where someone gets down or triggered or activated, reactive in some kind of way. And it could be because you do something. Maybe you put up your boundaries, you say no, or somebody else does with them, and they go to you to fix it. Even if it's you who put up your boundary, it's like they double down on trying to push further against it rather than accepting it. Okay? And I feel like Spirit is wanting you to understand how deeply this desire to blame others goes for this person, so that you don't take on the blame yourself, and so that you know that you can't really correct something. And I feel like for a lot of you, this could be family because it says inheritance here, or maybe it's a karmic soul contract of some sort. Feels like there's some kind of assumption that you've inherited the role of guiding this person out of grief. And maybe you have, right? But not in the way where you feel threatened, persecuted, drained. Okay, there's another way to guide this person, and we're going to find out what that is if you want to guide them, which is probably not taking an active role in validating whatever they're aiming towards you, shooting at you. Okay, so let's look further into this energy, because you need support. Spirit has said that. It's a lot for you to take on, whatever this is. Okay, it's a lot of responsibility this person wants you to hold, and I feel like they could get nasty when you don't do that. Mystery. Well, what's a mystery here? What's the mystery? Tell me what the mystery is, Spirit. Setbacks, procrastination, aimless. This person has a lot of grief because they feel like they haven't gone where they want to go in life, or they're wandering aimlessly in some way, or they've procrastinated with something. They get like antsy, okay? There's an attachment to maybe their failures or missed opportunities, or places where this person feels like the door was closed on them, or that they walked away from open doors in their life. So now when you close the door on something, even if it's like, I can't talk about this, I can't hang out tonight, or, like I'm not going to put up with this energy from you, whatever boundary you make, they perceive it as another door closing for them. Tell me more about why the setbacks are a mystery. Well, are they a mystery to this person? Their own setbacks? They don't know why? Yes, compassion and weakness. This person perceives themselves as someone who is compassionate, someone who gives a lot, somebody who's maybe overgiving, even if you don't think that's the case, or maybe they are in their own way. They see themselves as the King of Cups. And then we have strength in reverse. They give to the point where it's not coming from a place of strength. It's coming from, or it makes them feel weaker. They're overextending, they're overgiving. And so they're demanding in return. right? That's what happens when you give from a place of lack, or you act so-called compassionately just so you will receive. I'm hearing a ledger. Maybe there's like, they're keeping the score with something. I did this and you didn't do that for me, that kind of thing. Yeah. So it is kind of a mystery to them why they're not getting your help, or why you're not guiding them out of these feelings they have or the wounds they have, why there's setbacks in the relationship or in plans you had, or I don't know. There's something here where this person feels like a victim. But Spirit is clearly saying they're probably both the victim and the assassin at the same time. Normally when somebody acts like this, they have been victimized at some level, at some point in their life. I'm not saying by you necessarily, but now every engagement that they get into with another person where they feel slighted, or they feel like there's a no coming and a door is closing, it triggers their past wounds where they were actually victimized and lost control of a situation. Okay? So this person tries to compensate for that feeling of weakness by being pushy or being, I'm hearing, edgy, persistent, demanding. Yeah. Okay, so tell me now, Spirit, about the collective as the guide. What's going on here? Maybe this just happened over the holidays for you. Something happened. Now, my readings are timeless, so if you're not seeing this around a holiday, don't worry, it could still be for you. But it feels like this is something that just happened. Possession, it says, unstoppable, and family bliss. Yeah, it feels like a family dynamic, I have to say. Now, it could, of course, be with, a love interest or something like that, but it's like you owe me energy, okay? So for you, possession, unstoppable, and family bliss. See, you hold the key. See all these keys? You possess the key to happiness. Like, you do actually possess a key to happiness. That's what Spirit's saying. Your own happiness. But this person is looking at it as if you possess the key to their happiness, but you're not giving it to them as they see it. Now, you may be like, Andy, which is my name if you don't know, Andy, I've given them many keys. I've helped them out as much as I can. I have guided them. I have, transmuted energy with them. I've done all the things. And I would say that's, I would say celebration, 4 of matches. I would say that achievement. I would say that Spirit definitely sees that. You've provided stability here. You've provided certainty for this person or this energy, harmony, achievement, celebration. You've showed up in many ways. Knight of Swords with unstoppable, 4 of Pentacles in reverse with possession. But they want you to give up something more. 4 of Pentacles in reverse, possession. They want more keys. Look how many keys you have. You don't just have one, you have more. Okay? You're abundant. And you have an abundance of energy compared to them as they feel it, right? So they want you to give up something more. Your time, your boundaries. Unstoppable. They don't want you to stop them. This is a lot of pressure being put on you and your well-being. Pressure on your well-being. Okay. What else needs to be said here, Spirit? Tell me more about what is supporting collective. What is the energy that's here to support collective? Resistance. Yeah, exactly. It's like no matter what you do, you feel like it's not enough, or it's not received, or it's not understood. And that there's a lot of energy coming at you that just feels exhausting. There's resistance to your support. But also Spirit's saying that what is supporting you is to resist giving something up that you don't want to. I'm going to find out more about their attachment to grief, but let me see a little bit further. What is challenging you? What is the energy coming towards you that is challenging you? Trickery. We got a lot here. Trickery, play, direction, scavenge, ghosts, and luck. Let me just take trickery for now. So this person, see the trickery in this card. The person is hiding something here. They're covering it up with the leaves. But you can see this. You're like, what are you doing? So what are they covering up? What are they covering up? Their grief, probably. But why is it coming through as a trick? Trickery. Five of Swords. I mean, there's some kind of manipulation here. Emotional manipulation is what it feels like. Okay? The door, open door. Remember I said there's open doors they didn't go through. And maybe you took a lot of opportunities that they didn't. And, you know, that triggers them, or it provokes some energy of grief within them. Tell me more about, well, assassin, trickery, and Five of Swords. This is no joke. This is pretty intense, and you're coming through as the guide, and Spirit saying resist being the guide, though. I'm going to get some charms. I don't know what's going to happen with the charms, but I feel guided. We have a leaf, a wheel of fortune, a lemniscat. See, it feels like this is something almost karmic. We have the word wish and sport. It's like, yeah, I don't know. Somebody doesn't want you to feel the seriousness of this, if that makes sense. We have Virgo, the letter V, B, H, E, E, C. I'm hearing Clementine. We have a rose and a fairy. Yeah, fairies are a little tricky. Let's get a couple more. Maybe there's things about details with the Virgo energy coming through. Something in the details that gets a little bit strange. We have love me. I've never seen this charm before, actually. So I don't think it's ever come through. And that is what it is at the very bottom of this person's soul and shadow, is they wish and they want to be loved. And anytime someone puts themselves first over them, they suddenly feel unloved. They maybe feel like they were tricked, and they start getting tricky as a result. Number 5. 5 of Swords, number 5, and then we have him. We have a leaf and the letter J. Okay, I'm going to put this back in. I'm also seeing Sagittarius energy. I'm hearing that song, all the leaves are falling, or all the leaves are, that song, all the leaves are falling, right? And the skies are gray. California dreaming on a winter's day. This person wants you to be the sun, constantly shining. But you have another side to you. You are the moon and the sun. So you have mystery, you have privacy, you have your own life, you have your own desires, you have your own, I'm hearing expectations, priorities. And it feels as though this person doesn't respect that. So can you tell me, Spirit, what is this attachment to grief that this person has? What is their attachment to grief? What's going on? The Lovers. They could be unhappy in their other connections, in their other relationships, or some decision they made here. Four of Pentacles and the Six of Swords. King of Cups and the Eight of Swords. One second. Tell me more about this grief. Seven of Cups, possibilities. Yeah, it's like roads not traveled. That's the grief this person has. Roads not traveled, wishful thinking, the Lovers, the Four of Pentacles. It's like they've wanted something in their life, a connection perhaps, or a contract or some direction or a big decision that they could make, but they're unwilling to give something up to get it. Right? There's some kind of mental detachment that they have when it comes to understanding what is required of them to get what they want. It feels like something is maybe too difficult to deal with mentally. So they stop themselves from fully committing. And they're stuck in this energy of possibilities, wishful thinking, choices, confusion, fantasy. This person needs a guide, but they need their guide to be their higher self, not you. And we have the King of Cups and Eight of Swords. And this is like them wanting you to take on the emotional responsibility of their confusion, of their angst, of their loneliness, I'm hearing. Oh boy. So why the manipulation with the Five of Swords, trickery, and the Assassin? Like, what are they doing, Spirit? What are they actually doing? What are their actions here? Caching, which again is like hiding, and perspective. It's kind of a little bit of passive aggressiveness, grief again, memory, release, abundance, preparation, and battle. Okay, maybe they do know a little bit deep down that they need to release grief and that this is wound up, however they're treating you is wound up in something else they need to work through. But they're hiding that perspective. This may be somebody, I mean, I feel for most of you, this is someone pretty immediate and like this is unfolding right now. But for some of you, this could be somebody kind of stewing about the past with you, because I see memory here and battle. They're remembering the past. They have grief over it, but they're hiding this perspective from you, that they have remorse or regret. And they're waiting to follow your lead somewhere with where this is going to go. There's some kind of pressure being put on you, for sure. King of Cups, compassion, yeah. And again, this person could think that they've given you a lot when you've been in the Eight of Swords energy, and so now you owe them. So I'm going to get some guidance on what you should do. This is kind of a short reading. I feel like it's just a kind of impromptu message Spirit's giving you because somebody needs support. Somebody needs to feel seen with what they're going through here with this particularly difficult energy. And for you to know that Spirit sees what's happening. You know, they're coming through as the Five of Swords, Assassin, and trickery. So you're not wrong. And I feel with the guide and resistance, you may be being tough on yourself for not giving in or not doing more or blaming yourself for something. Let me see, what is it that you need support with? What is the energy that you need support with? Underworld, yes, this is like activating something in you, a conflict, a complex even, which can be a good thing. It can get you to ask more questions about where you need to heal or where you need to enforce your boundaries more, or why this is all unfolding for you. What's the role that you played in it? Have you been giving more of your energy and attention than you should, being the guide for this person? But I feel like this could be a little bit of a spiraling situation. You could spiral with this, because I can feel it in my body too. It's like guilt almost. Okay, so let me see, Spirit. Tell me more about what collective is going through with this. Tell me where else they need support. Respite, Four of Needles, introspection, it says, recuperation, and childishness. And that's what it feels like. I almost said it, but I didn't. Where it feels like a reversal of roles, right? Where like the parent is wanting the child to parent them, or maybe it's a child parenting, whatever. It's an inappropriate reversal of roles, okay? Or maybe this is a love interest expecting you to be their parent. Childishness, Six of Cups in reverse. It says independence on it and serious. Yeah, I feel like this person has a hard time self-regulating or subconscious, the moon, understanding their own triggers, their own subconscious wounds, and how they're being activated, and how this person might be, behaving from a place of subconscious shadow wounds. This person has a hard time understanding that, obviously, I think. And Spirit wants you to take a break, okay? You need some respite from this. You need recuperation. Four of Swords. Not to take this on your shoulders, not to carry this weight. Okay, so what's going to happen here, Spirit? What can collective expect in this relationship, in this situation? The Tower. Seven of Pentacles. Well, I feel like whoever this is, they're kind of at a breaking point that they brought themselves to. And the Two of Cups. They've been leaning on your energy for a long time. Okay, Seven of Pentacles and the Two of Cups with the Tower. And the Four of Swords. Subconsciously. Okay, it's not like this person is literally out there somewhere thinking, oh, I'm just going to dump all my grief and my attachments to grief on collective and be done with it. It's more of like, they're so mean to me. Why won't they help me? They're so cold. They don't care. It's like there's accusations, assassin, right? They're accusing you. They're throwing these accusations at you. And the trickery is self-deception. They're deceiving themselves because they need to ask some questions of themselves and not you. Because I feel like, well, let's ask straight up, what is it that you did to trigger this? Ace of Cups and Seven of Wands. You defended your energy. This is loud and clear. There's, Spirit's clearly saying you defended your own energy. My dryer's going, but I'm hearing it and it sounds like crickets to me. Maybe you went quiet on this person. Okay. Yeah, this person, you defended your threshold, you defended your energy, you defended yourself and said, you know, that I need to protect my energy. And that triggered the tower for this person. Okay, they're no longer able to sleep through their own attachments to grief. They have to wake up to them. They have to deal with it. Okay. So let's get a closing message for you. I hope this was helpful. Okay, you have support, 3 of Cups, you do. What card should I get? I don't know. Well, let's try one of these. Let's see what comes through. I mean, I think the message is pretty clear. But let's just see. Closing message for collective. Lost compass, getting back to integrity. Yeah. Don't get wrapped up in this, right? Don't lose yourself in this person's own issue that they need to work through. Finding the way home, trusting your intuition. When the lost compass appears, it is a sign that you need to find your way back home, back to your source and center, relying on your intuition to arrive there. Be wary of the signs telling you to turn here or there, or to avoid this or that person or situation, because the outward indicators are not reliable right now. Be careful not to believe all the advice you are receiving. Rely instead on your innate sense of direction and guidance, and use your homing instinct to lead you true. The lost compass has come to show you that you need to find new counselors. You are not getting the mentoring you need for your success. Who is the person you are looking up to as a model for what it means to be a woman or a man? Trash that ideal. Tear up the picture you carry in your mind. You are meant to be you, not the best copy of your dearest friend. Perhaps this person was someone that you looked up to, or somebody that you went to. Because Spirit is saying with the guide energy, you do need a new guide. Your higher self. And you are the guide too. But just because you're a guide doesn't mean you don't need one yourself. So maybe this person has been giving you advice along the way, and you're realizing now you're at a point you're like, wait a second. I need to be my own guide. I can't listen to everything this person is saying to me. It's clearly with the 5 of Swords and the trickery. I have to protect my own energy. Make this your mantra. Love me or leave me. The lost compass is a blessing in disguise, because you sometimes have to lose your bearings and find yourself afresh to discover a new course. True north never changes, so reset your way to your heart compass and trust your deepest feelings even when others do not support them. Remember that you are not lost. You simply do not know where you are going right now. Lost is a state of mind. Not knowing where you're going is an opportunity to find a way to a new path. So feels like maybe you're at a point where you don't know where this relationship is going anymore. Or you don't know what to do about this. Okay? And Spirit's saying that's why you need a break. That's why you need some rest, so that you can explore your opportunities and your potentials. But don't take on this person's woes and grief as your own responsibility. Don't get lost in their aura, in their field. And if this is somebody who has given you advice on how to do things in the midst of demanding things from you, maybe ask yourself the question, is this really the relationship I want as a guide for me to go forward? All right, that's what I have for you. I love you so much. I'll see you next time.